All right. Welcome everybody to the January 14th committee meetings. We're going to start off as we always do with public safety and Commissioner Brockington, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. Before we call tonight's meeting to order, I would like to take some time out and on behalf of the Board of Commissioners on January 7th, 2026, Renee Nicole Good, a United States citizen, a wife, and a mother of three, was murdered. And I think it would be inappropriate before we start our meeting is that we take a moment of silence in her honor. So I hope everybody kind of understands that. So a moment of silence, please. Thank you. I would like to now turn this portion of the meeting back over to our president, Commissioner Areman.
Thank you, Commissioner Brockington. Just a brief statement to our community and to staff. So over the past month, we've seen a series of events in Minneapolis and around the nation that have likely left many in our community feeling concerned, confused, and perhaps unsure of the path forward. In these confusing and sometimes chaotic times, please know that here in Cheltenham, we maintain certain values and principles that will not change. First and foremost, Cheltenham Township and the Board of Commissioners will continue to promote respect for all members of our community as we celebrate their diversity and strength. We remain committed to the principles of equity and inclusion in our legislative efforts, our provision of services to the public, and our everyday interactions with community members and staff, whether that be on behalf of law enforcement or otherwise. It's imperative that our township government reflects and represents the community that it serves, including all the unique perspectives, backgrounds, and experiences that contribute to making Cheltenham our loving home. In times like these, it's even more important to embrace, protect, and most importantly, proclaim our shared core values in this regard. So thank you for your indulgence. With that, I would like to turn it over to Chief Slavin for some brief comments regarding the same matter.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Commissioner. I just wanted to speak to residents direct regarding this and all the events that have taken place across the country around us. We see it every day on the news there. We have constant communications with our staff regarding ICE issues in our community. If they were to come here, how we're going to respond to those issues. I've given written guidance to our officers. I've had verbal conversations with them and then provided written guidance as well. So everybody's clear on their role in that. As everyone knows, the township had drafted a welcoming ordinance, a resolution, to outline what's important to our Board of Commissioners and to our community. And I've shared that with our officers in my written guidelines to them on our response. So everyone is clear and understands our role in this. Our role in this is peacekeepers. We are not enforcement agents. We're not out there doing that. I've spoken many times publicly at various meetings. I've probably spoken to just about every commissioner here except for our newest commissioners regarding this directly several times. So I understand the concern. I've spoken to residents regarding their concerns. I understand the fear is real. I understand that. Your police department will be out there if we get called to those scenes to maintain peace and order as best we can as peacekeepers. And that's the role I see our police department taking in these events.
Thank you, Chief. Commissioner Brockington, as Chair of Public Safety, I'll turn it back over to you. And thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your indulgence so that we can address this critically important issue that's facing our nation and hopefully not coming to our township, but still important to address nevertheless.
Thank you, Mr. President. So we're going to call tonight's Public Safety Committee meeting to order. On the first item, Chief, we're going to put you back up again for you to report for the November 2025 for your report.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good evening, everyone. Again, attached is a November 2025 monthly report for the police department. And going through the report, I noticed one correction was needed on page 2. under crimes listed there under offenses, sex offenses. That number is incorrect. 17, it should read 2. There was a mistake made in the data processing there. I just want to let everybody know
That's
see
what I
that.
was.
That's
That
a
was
huge
that was
number,
one
a
of my
large number in there.
questions.
But I review these, every month prior to our meetings as well. So, and I saw that jumped out. I wanted to make that correction. Unfortunately, the copy had already been delivered to you, but I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that. Does anybody have any questions regarding the monthly report for November of 2025?
Great. Chief, thank you, because that was one of my questions.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
That was a clerical mistake.
The one thing I was looking at, I noticed the bus patrol numbers seem to be back up for November. I sort of calculated the number of school days with 459. You're almost getting 25 and a half per day from the school bus violations. Didn't we drop down a little lower towards the end of it?
We were up around the 500 mark, so we're slightly lower than that.
So we're still lower?
It's still, as you know, with this, we've talked about bus patrol numbers at several of our public safety meetings.
Yeah.
These are actual incidents we're seeing out there that we're filing citations on. I look at this from several different ways. We try to get the word out to our community, as I said, that we have this program, that our school buses are equipped with these cameras, that we're prosecuting violators for these, right? So social media bursts, any chance we can get to get that information out to the public that we're doing it. Other communities around us are now finally getting on board with this program as well,
right.
Bus patrol program. So I'm hoping as a byproduct of their interaction or their action in this program that the word's going to spread even further, that this will help as a preventive measure as well. In addition to that, we've met with the school board. I said, let's take a look at the highest frequent locations where they are. They're on major arteries. A lot of times they border the city of Philadelphia. And then their major roadways, like say Cheltenham Avenue, for example, was one that came off. Can we move bus stops off of those locations on the side streets so we can limit, to number one, to make sure the students are safe. That's the whole goal of this program, is to keep our students safe. Number two, maybe we can knock down some of these numbers as well. So I'm open to all suggestions with this. I've tried to incorporate more with the school, get them to advertise it as well. I have a good rapport with Dr. Scriven, our superintendent of schools in Cheltenham. I asked him for his help with that as well to help me get the word out. I'm trying to come at this from several different angles. I'm hoping people get the message on this. These numbers are way too high. Any of these violations are way too high. We've all taken our driving tests. We all know when you see the school bus sign and the red light's flashing, it's very plain and simple. You stop. We put, educational pieces out on our website as well to remind people what the law says. Here's what the law says. Here's a page right out of the driver's manual. Boom. Here's when you don't pass a school bus. So like I said, I'm trying different avenues with this. I'm open to different avenues with this. I've spoken to Commissioner Lewis and other commissioners regarding maybe increasing penalties for this through legislation. Maybe that's the avenue we go with this. It doesn't seem like, this is really getting the intent that they hope for. It's to keep kids safe. Don't lose track of that. Everybody seems to lose track of that. That's the number one purpose of this program, is to keep our school children safe.
Well, how was the school district receptive to changing some of the hot spots? I thought we did, we still have those hot spots. And
they have, I have to go back and look at the data where they're at, which ones are moved. When I did meet with Dr. Scriven and his staff, I requested that we look at the top 4 locations and say, is there any chance we can move these locations to a side street, say? Most of them are on major arteries. Mm-hmm. I know that without having it in front of me right now. I could say that for sure. So is there another opportunity to get them on a side street where maybe we don't have as much traffic going by? The 4-lane highway seems to confuse folks sometimes. On a 4-lane highway, they're over there picking up on the right-hand shoulder. I'm good to go, right? No, you're not. That's unless it's a divided highway with a physical divider there. Right. And that would be one of the public service announcements we would put out. Here are the requirements as a driver, when you're required to stop. So I'm going to continue doing that. We're going to continue doing that as well. I'm open to any other suggestions you may have. And I know Commissioner Lewis, you have a question.
Commissioner Lewis, yes.
Yeah, it's more of a suggestion maybe, and more than likely you've already considered this. But as you mentioned, the hot spots, 4 hot spots. Mm-hmm. And we know it's probably around the same time, sometime around 3 o'clock or somewhere around that. Can you
peak
have
times are arrival and drop off?
Those hot spots, could you have a car there with running lights?
Yeah, we've spoken about that. You and I had spoken that in the past. We could certainly do something along those lines, to sign officers out there at certain times. call driven, obviously, that would be relying upon calls of service at that time. A lot of time, rush hour is a busy time for our officers as well. But that's certainly something we can maybe throw an officer out there with the lights on. We do it in school zones. We put them out in
Yep.
school zones, sit at the school zone with the lights on there to get people reoriented again when the
Yes.
school year starts. It's the same thing with that as well. And I'm open to that idea. We could certainly manage that.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis. Any other questions for our chief? Yes, Emily Stein. Commissioner Stein.
Hi, I saw that the vehicle thefts were up both over October and then also over last year. So is there a particular make or model that you're seeing with that?
I don't have that in front of me. There is. I have an intelligence brief on that on my desk at work. I don't have it with me on right now, unfortunately. Hondas, Acuras, those type of vehicles are still high. Historically, they've been high. We still have that occasional keys left in the vehicle theft there as well. We had an incident, a rash of incidents where delivery persons were getting going in for delivery, leaving the car running, and the cars were getting taken. So some of those numbers, you'll see the spikes in those. There's a couple different reasons why some of these are happening. Some of them are straight out theft. Some of the people are careless and leaving the keys in it and leaving it running. I understand, certainly delivery guy, been a delivery guy as a kid. I remember that running in there, and I understand why they do. But, getting that information out to them, don't leave the car running. Take the keys out. Take that split second. Leave it, leave it locked up, lock them up. Just like we tell all our folks with their cars when they're even in their own driveway, lock your car in your driveway. Simple like that. But that there's a couple of different things that are impacting this increase. We're seeing it east, west, and center. So it's not like we're just one section of the township. So we're seeing it across, not in large numbers, but we are seeing some here, some here, some here. So we are monitoring. I do have that intelligence bullet. I unfortunately don't have it in front of me when I need it right now, right? But we do share that information so you know. I know this is a form probably to let you know that we put together this information. I try to do a data-driven approach on everything we do here. That would be one of them, in line with what Commissioner Lewis was saying about putting them out there in those hours. That's data-driven work there. So we would do the same thing with this. Try to give that information to our officers, let them know if it's an apartment complex or if it's a shopping mall, or wherever these thefts are taking place out. Be out there then at these times. Here's what we're seeing. Here's the information we have. Again, relying on the community again to be our partner in this. We can't be successful unless people call, let us know there's something awry. Please don't hesitate to call 911. We're out there for your safety, for everyone's safety. So please let us know if there's something that doesn't seem right. No one knows your neighborhood better than you. And I've been here 37 years. And the folks who know their neighborhood, they know their neighborhood. That car doesn't belong here. That's not right. If there's something awry, let us know. We can go out. Our officers can talk to find out what's going on there. We'll do our best to ascertain why, a vehicle's there or whatever the case is. But if it doesn't seem right to you, it's probably not. Please let us know. We'll go out, we'll professionally investigate what's going on there. And hopefully we can, use that as a deterrent for crime.
Thank you, Commissioner Stein. Any other questions from any commissioners for the chief? Okay, so we're going to move on now to item 1B from our fire marshal for the report, his report for November of 2025. Fire Marshal Lynch.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening. Does anybody have any questions on the submitted report?
Any questions on his report? Not seeing any questions. Mr. Lynch, do you have any updates for us or anything before we move on?
No, next month will be a big month because it'll be a year-end report. And we had a couple of fires in December that we'll discuss under the December report.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Now we're going to move on to item 1C, Emergency Medical Service Chief, Ms. Bartos.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Anything that you have?
Does anybody have any questions about my
questions for her report? Okay. Not seeing any. Commissioner Stein?
Sorry, I don't know if it's here or a different spot, but do you have an update on the subscriptions for upcoming year for 2026 and how compared to the previous year?
So because the subscriptions did go out later this year, we are seeing a later push of them.
Okay.
So whenever you see the numbers in December, they didn't go out until after Thanksgiving. So people weren't starting until December. So you're going to see a larger number in December and January, as opposed to November, the end of November and the beginning of December.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. No other questions? Okay, now we're going to move on to item 1D, Emergency Management Coordinator's report for December of 2025. Mr. Hillendorf.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Nothing to add to the report, sir. I just wanted to make everybody aware. You've probably heard that there was a nationwide Verizon outage today, and it did not affect anything on the 911 system in Philadelphia or Montgomery County, unless you had a Verizon phone, in which case you couldn't use it. But it had no effect on our system, and they're in the process of restoring it now. That's the only thing I wanted to add.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions at all? Not seeing any. All right, so now I'm going to call, just for the public, we have sort of started a new process here. I will run through all those reports, and at this point, I would ask for any citizen questions in reference to item 1A, B, C, or D before we move to a vote. All right. So, Mr. President, I call for the approval of the receipt of the reports for item 1A, B, C, and D for tonight.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you. Now we're going to move on to item 2, the receipt of the committee meeting minutes. Fire board did not meet in December, and traffic calming did have a meeting on December 4th, and the report is attached. Are there any questions in reference to that report? Jeff, I was hoping that you would shake your head that way. Fantastic. So now I'm going to call for the any residents have any questions or concerns in reference to fire board or traffic calming. This is a time that you can speak up for citizen forum on those two items. Not seeing any. So, Mr. President, I'm going to call for the approval of item 2B, the traffic calming committee report for December 4th, 2025.
All those in favor of receipt say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Any old business for public safety for tonight? Commissioner Cherico.
Not sure if this is the place to bring it up, but in light of the fact that the chief is here, is there anything, and I think Chris is here, anything we should talk about or update regarding the incident that stopped our deer program? Obviously, I think the person fortunately has survived, and that is wonderful. And we're grateful that I think he's recovering. But do we have any information on what went wrong and what we need to know for next year if and when we implement this program again?
Chris?
Yeah, so the incident occurred, I'm not sure of the date. It was last week. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So it occurred last week. I found out about it when the fire department was dispatched to assist with getting a hunter out of the woods. When I got over there, the first question I asked was, is he okay? And they said, well, yeah, it's not life-threatening. So Scott Lynch was there. I asked him to let Allison know to pass it on to the commissioners that there was an incident so that you guys didn't get backdoored with anything like that.
We appreciate that.
At that point, a notification was made to the Pennsylvania Game Commission, and they're actually conducting an investigation to figure out what went wrong. What I can tell you is there was, I believe, 3 guys hunting that area back behind Valley Green or Green Valley, and I'm waiting for the Game Commission to come back with the report as far as exactly what happened. I don't want to speculate. I purposefully stayed out of it so that we got, a solid objective, report back from the Game Commission. I've heard a few words like bizarre and like you really can't. I mean, some guys looked at it and tried to figure it out, and really it was crazy. What I can tell you for sure is that there was never no residents were in any kind of danger. None of our residents, nothing along those lines. This was strictly an incident within the hunting group. So if you're looking for a silver lining, I mean, that would be it. But So we're looking to get the report back from the Game Commission, evaluate everything, make any adjustments we need to make. And then, once we get all this information back, we'll bring it to you guys, just to make sure everybody's on the same page and updated.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Just one other
Commissioner
comment,
Lu-
if I could, Commissioner,
Oh,
on that
yes,
as
go
well.
ahead, Chief. Yes,
The,
Chief.
the unified approach to this incident, right? Emergency services there, fire company, police department, EMS, great coordination by our staff. I just want you to know that. Doing a technical rescue, great call by the first officers on location there, the supervisor on location there to make that decision. It's a unique thing in the wooded area like that, a heavily wooded area like that. So great thinking, great planning, great thought, great coordination went into this as well. We put an immediate notification out just so you're aware to the public that there was an incident there. We immediately contacted the Game Commission, as Mr. Drockett said, and they immediately responded to the scene. They're actually taking over the investigation part, as he mentioned as well. They were on scene right away, or shortly thereafter. I shouldn't say right away. Shortly thereafter, they were on scene and then took this investigation there from that point. So we'll await the results of that investigation as well. But I just wanted to let you know they did great work that day.
Thank you, Chief. Commissioner Lewis and then Commissioner Areman.
Yes, thank you. Quick question. Chris, is that an approved hunting area where that occurred?
Yes, it is. It's the Green Valley open space. I believe it's like 8.9 acres. And one of the things that, since I know Commissioner Areman, like we talked about that Grove Park, over in Glenside, and
Right.
we decided against it because it was so tight, and there was some safety concerns. So I just want people to take that into consideration, that we're gonna throw the flag when something comes up that just can't be done. And we hear from, I can't even tell you how many residents get a hold of us and we go out and look and it just can't be done because it's so tight. So that spot, yes, to answer the question, is on the list. And the other thing I should point out, I was back and forth with Allison after the incident, and that day we stopped just hunting in the township for the year. There's only 2 weeks left. Considering that happened, it just seemed like a good decision to just stop, wait till we get investigation results back, and then talk about this again as far as what the plan would be for next year going forward. Did you have something else?
Thank you. Commissioner Areman, go ahead.
Yeah, just briefly, Mr. Drock, thank you. I think we heard at the top, but the individual who was injured is doing okay.
Yeah, correct. He is doing okay.
Okay, good. By the way, was he a township employee or not?
No, he was not a township employee.
Okay.
We have a lot of township
I
employees,
knew that.
public works, police officers, firefighters. This was one of the guys that was not.
Okay. You just took the words out of my mouth about next year. So obviously this incident, we shut it down for this year. It's premature to sort of talk about what will we do different or anything like that. But certainly it raises an issue that, on the one hand, the importance of the deer management program cannot be overstated, particularly in our township. But I do think getting ahead of safety issues once we do get the investigation back and figure out what some best practices may be, what even over the top additional safety measures we may want to endeavor to take for next year. I think it's important to start having that conversation earlier rather than later, so we make sure that we're not only keeping the hunters safe, but also the public. So
absolutely. Almost everybody involved in the program is in public safety. Right. So, that's at the forefront of everybody's mind all the time. This is a program to make things safer and better, not to have somebody get injured.
Sure.
Right.
So much appreciated, and give our best wishes to the hunter who was injured and the other hunter involved, who I'm sure is dealing with his own
Mhm.
reaction to this thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mr.
Commissioner
Chairman.
Areman. Thank you, Commissioner Areman. Chris, thank you very much for what you've done and what you do. Any other old business for tonight? I'm not seeing any. I'm going to move to item 4, new business. Consider recommending the Board of Commissioners authorize the addition of 3 sets of speed cushions, including the associated pavement markings and signage on Shelton Hills Drive between Whitewood Road and Ivy Lane to the Township Traffic Calming Program. Any questions at all concerning that? Commissioner Cherico.
I was just going to say, can I tell you how much I love you? That's my only question, Herb.
Okay, so Mr. President, I'd like to call for a vote for item 4A for tonight.
Everyone who
Business?
loves herbs, say aye.
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 All right.
All in
didn't
favor?
finish that.
That's
You
right.
didn't finish. All those that love them say aye. Love 'em.
Who abstains?
Any abstention?
No.
Hey, there may be a time, Commissioner
good
Lewis, that
stuff.
you want those speed cushions in your award.
So,
All
to
All
get
in
back to
favor?
business, all those in favor of recommending the Board of Commissioners authorize the addition of the 3 sets of speed cushions herein described, say aye.
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 All right. Thank you, guys. A long time coming to Shelton Hill Drive, Commissioner Cherico. Yes, take a breath. Fantastic. So now we're going to move on to item 5, which is Citizen Forum for
Commissioner,
tonight.
can I jump in before we jump
Yeah,
to
you
citizens forum,
definitely
please?
can.
Just
Absolutely.
one last item. I'm sorry, I tried to get in there before we got to that.
Okay.
The police department is giving an entry level exam on January 31st. It's on our website. It's on the township website. It's on the police page as well. The deadline for application is January 25th. I said that it'll be a 1-day test on Saturday, January 31st at Cedarbrook Middle School. All the information is on our webpage. I'm asking you to reach out to your constituency. If anyone's interested, if you know anybody you think would be a good member of our team, please steer them our way. We're looking for, quality individuals. We get someone from Cheltenham, all the better. That would be great. I would love to see that as well. Anyone church, whatever, that that would be a good person for that, please steer them our way. We have a great department here. We're an accredited agency. It's a great opportunity for someone looking to start their career in law enforcement. Please steer them our way. Thanks.
Thank you, Chief. And I would just recommend to my commissioners that stop by on Saturday and see what they have to do. I've gone there and just watching the process and how Chief and all the other officers, what they do on that particular day is pretty fun. And Commissioner Lewis, I'm asking you to do that half-mile run on that particular day.
Yeah. Where's EMS? Make sure that they're
We have
there.
that vote again.
You hear that, Jess?
We do stand by just in case.
They are there. Actually, EMS is there.
They
I
do
see.
stand by just in
Yeah,
case.
they are there. You're right.
Okay.
All right. So move on to item 5, Citizen Forum. Any Citizen Forum for public safety for tonight? Dara? Carson?
Daria.
Daria.
Hi. Thank you very much, commissioners. I just want to dovetail off of some of Commissioner Lewis's comments. I understand that we are hard pressed for police resources, but my understanding is in the past year, there have been resources made available for community service officers that are employed on a part-time basis. They are provided with vehicles with yellow lights, so distinguishable from our police. And perhaps they are a force that we can consider utilizing at these hot bus stops. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anything else for Citizens Forum? I'm looking. I don't see any other hands.
Jessica,
your hand's up?
Hi,
Yes.
I am so sorry. I just wanted to let everybody know and say thank you to everybody who participated. Our toy drive for Plymouth Ambulance was a resounding success. And this year we also reached out to Ivana. It is a daycare for special needs children in the township. And we did a little stop. We managed to kidnap a Santa and bring him with us and dropped off a bunch of presents, pictures with them for the families. And I just wanted to say thank you so much to our township residents who helped make Christmas very, very valuable for some under acknowledged children. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And for those who participated, thank you guys for doing that for our kids. Fantastic. Any other citizens forum for tonight? All right, I'm calling for the adjournment of tonight's public safety meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Aye.